Ndio wa mwisho. Amesema amepata akitenda akatoka sasa watu faili. Haya, sawa sawa. Asante sana, asante sana. Angalia kitu. Nyinyi mtakutana madarasa ya Kiswahili kuambia wanyama walienda wapi. Haya, class 8. Tutakuwa kwa hawa. Uh, grade 8. Let me ask this one. Where is grade 8? Now you have your hands class 8. Class 8. What is the only mammal that cannot jump? What is the only mammal that cannot jump? This one, the first one was here, Lorenzo. Give the responses, Lorenzo. This question. Oh. What is the only mammal that cannot jump? Oh, you didn't get the question right. Who was next? Thank you. Mammal. Who is speed? Already know what is speed time. Take your time. Lorenzo is speed to answer a question that you have read and understood. Okay. Elephant is correct. Look, the middle of the left, it's not jump. Last question. Use your grades again. One more question, class 8. One section, class 8. What is the color of a giraffe's tongue? Class 8. What is the instructions? You can use the answer from there. Take the mic. Take the mic from the back. If you watch, if you watch, yes, the most close. Good afternoon. Let's have a bit of silence now. Okay, shall we be quiet, all of us? Here, so and us. A giraffe tank. Yes, the giraffe tank is equal, just like our colors. And at this time, I want to also appreciate the skill led by Naomi Goldbach. Like I said, the KWS, we are very happy with what you're doing as far as conservation is concerned. Keep up the conservation story, just like we were told by Esther, you are the conservation ambassadors. Are we together? Right. And so, on behalf of Kenya Wildlife Service, we want to also appreciate Naomi Continue visiting our one class apps. Whatever copy of the now and go on. Yes. Tunashukuru. Thank you for being here. Good afternoon to all of you. Thank you very much. Boys and girls, have you learned? Have you learned something? Which animal does not jump? How many knew that before? I'm not going to answer. Okay. Listen, I've been told that in class we'll ask more questions. They didn't ask all the questions. They will give the teachers the questions and the prizes will come in class. So be ready. Be ready there. Wonderful. Now listen. If you are good children, now listen. Mr. Obodo, may I request you to come over to this side? Leave Mrs. Joanna there. Just come here, take me. We will continue when the narrators are quiet. You know why Mr. Sally will not pick you as a narrator next time? Because you are listened to, but sometimes you don't listen to others. So be good children. Thank you very much. That was a very informative session. And once again, I don't think we should ever be separated from AWS as a school. It was a great honor and what you have done. I've said after this, we'll give directions and see what else they have done for us. Uh, I am now just getting to almost the very end of our program, but this cannot be until we welcome one of our very own in Kenya, Miss Lydia Kimani. Miss Lydia is a climate change negotiator advocate. And she talked to us again here. You saw her before making presentations or prizes, awarding prizes to some of you. And once again, we are glad that you are here. And let's talk to these children. Yes, tell them what you do and why you look that. Really,
Thank you so much, Mr. Bashira. Good afternoon, everyone. I know we are all very hungry, so I will keep it very brief. Sawa sawa. Are we together? So my name is Lydia Kimani, and standing on all established protocols, I am very delighted to be in your midst this afternoon. I really want to appreciate the school management, the PTA Environment Committee for this amazing opportunity. And I'm excited to be in your midst for what you're doing. So we've talked a lot since morning, and you guys have visited for a long time, right? Yeah? And then we've talked a lot about numbers. I want us to stretch a bit so that we listen for 2 minutes and then we break. Okay? Are we together? Okay, just sit down 1 minute, I give instructions, then we stand up and follow. So we've talked about 400 million, I had 11 million, and then there was 20% of 400 million, and then there was 50,000 particles, and then there was a lot of numbers, and then there was 1972. Has anyone heard of any of those numbers today? Yeah, so we're going to do a small stretch to help us remember the numbers. So we will count. When I say 1 plus 1 equals 2. You know it. Do you know? So we are going to follow. So we are going to do this. So 1 plus 1 equals 2. And then 2 plus 2 equals 4. Then 4 plus 4 equals 8. That's right. So we together. Next space, next space. Very quickly. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go. We start 1 plus 1 equals 2, 2 equals, and then 4 equals. So one last time, very quickly. 1, 2, 3, go. 1 equals 2. 2 plus 2 Very well. Now we can have a very good. So thank you very much. Just like Mr. Mashira has indicated, my work involves advocacy. So advocacy is basically what you are doing in school, but ensuring that the laws of the country are actually addressing what we are trying to do. So today our hashtag is beat plastic pollution. But do we know what the government is doing? And why I am choosing to focus on this is because, like Madam Esther has indicated, you guys have done a lot of work. In fact, you've covered my entire presentation, and thank you very much because you're going to be here very briefly. But I noticed the only bit that maybe we need to sharpen our edge on is then after we know that we are doing the 3 R's, Madam Esther has introduced another R and a T. So we refuse, reduce, recycle, reuse, and then we teach, right? Then we have understood that it causes plastic is causing pollution. We are consuming 50,000 particles of contamination through plastics. 400 million is released into the ocean. 20% is only what gets recycled. There was an 11 million. But with all these numbers, what are the world's governments, or what are the governments doing? What is the Kenyan government doing? And basically, negotiations, that is what we sit down and agree on. So as a country, what are we doing? And as the world, what are we doing? So something very significant happened last year. So there's a lady, and I see her, she's in a band. I remember because she said World Environment Day started in 1972. And what happened last year in 2021 in Nairobi between February and March? Anybody? Somebody? Yes? Give it a shot. Yeah? Last year, 2021. Thank you for at least giving it a shot. Thank you for that. But Wangari Maathai was born and it was presented here. Somebody else, February 2021, in March, the entire world came to Nairobi. Why? Yes, in red. To see Nairobi River. Children was there. Yes, the garden is right.
Because of deforestation.
Because of deforestation.
No, because of the air. It was clean.
It was yeah. Not really. Something on environment. Yeah. Yeah. Narrator, someone is requesting for narrators to be given an opportunity. Yeah, there it is. Take your shot.
I'm assuming to meet at the headquarters in Red.
Yeah, you're getting there.
The headquarters, which is under environment.
Yes.
And then discuss about current issues of environment.
What was one of the resolutions? What was the outcome? There were 14. So global leaders sat in Nairobi last year, February and March, and then out of 14 decisions, one is one of the reasons we are here today. Now, give me that shot. I'm giving you a lot of details. Yes, hi, how are you? Let me share my microphone. There was something on beating plastic pollution. You're getting there. Thank you, narrators, for starting us off. So someone at the back on this side.
To end climate change.
Somebody talking to end climate change. Yes, but something on plastic pollution. Let's go to the please. Shout from there. Yes, you. Get rid of plastics by doing what? To reduce the amount of plastic. Very, very quickly. So last year, they discussed on current issues. One of the things was plastic pollution. 14 decisions were agreed upon. One was to have an international treaty that is on addressing plastic pollution. So one of the things I want you to ask now, we say we have covered everything on our ground. We know the facts, we know the figures. We are going to try and need to go by understanding what does the law say about it. So do you know why it was held in Kenya? Yes, there's a lady there. Please shout.
Because sometime back,
Yes.
had Taban.
Stop KWS. This one, please get her notes too. Stand up so that yes, please come to the front where they here. This is amazing, amazing, and well done to Riara. This is excellent. Please shout so that KWS know that they have a brand ambassador right here.
Sometime back, Kenya as a country decided to ban the use of clear plastic bags because the figures of the year showed that they were using almost 10 million plastic bags, which was landing in Nairobi River and a garbage pit known as Menengai.
Thank you, Mr. Mugendi. That is excellent. That meeting, it was called UNEA, United Nations Environment Assembly 5.2. So it was held in Nairobi, February 5.2. There was a 5.1, so the second one was 5.2. So it was held in Nairobi end of February and beginning of March. So one of the discussions was, one of the resolutions that all global leaders decided to agree on is work on a treaty that countries would make laws that help the world to address plastic pollution. It was held in Kenya because Kenya was the first country globally in 2017. We instituted a single plastic ban. What KWS has already told us that you cannot go to the park with straws, with bottles of water like what we have here, because we are trying to save our tourism sector. We know it is a major foreign exchange earner, and if out on what? On that particular income. So finally, I know you're all very hungry. Again, in UNEA 5.2, Kenya launched two laws, two policy instruments. So, do you remember Mr. Otichilo?
Yes.
Do you remember Mr. Otichilo's farm? What is Mr. Otichilo's farm? Huh? 40 kilo. Oh, sorry, 40 kilo. So what do you remember about that farm? Yes. He was doing what? Cycle plus. Very good. Yes.
And get manure from waste.
Yes. Let's have a conserving water. So that we balance this side. Let's have a look at here. Keep stop the garbage around a second. So thank you very much. So we were using drip irrigation. He was composting and he was recycling plastic. So last year, when UNEA was continuing, Kenya launched the Sustainable Waste Management Policy. So what that means is that as a country, we have determined that we will have circularity. So circularity is what we are saying about recycling. So when we compost and use that compost in our farms, that is what? Recycling. The food that we have eaten that is going into waste, we are turning it into manure that can be used for food production, and then we reduce on the amount of fertilizer that we are using. That is one. Again, what you will be seeing is that it will support recycling of plastics. So that is another thing that is a win for us as a country. So it is important for us to know that as we do this as Riara schools, we are really supporting our government in continuing to blaze the trail that we started in 2017 with a single-use plastic ban. We have followed it up with the Sustainable Waste Management Policy and the Act. So what we are saying is that what you're doing is supported by the laws of the land. And by doing that, you are fulfilling Article, I think, 62 of the Constitution of Kenya. One of the presentations said that we have not inherited our environment from our ancestors. We have borrowed it from you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for the opportunity to talk.
Hey, better than that. Not that old. Okay. This is Bogo, I think we need to invite Lydia to come and teach. She has very good classroom control skills. Great. You have everybody captured, and the class was very, very active. Thank you so much. We are greatly honored. I wish you had more time to keep listening. Now, boys and girls, we are almost at the tail end of our program, and you hear already you are being recognized at the highest level. I hope we are not going to slacken in our efforts to continue taking care of our environment. Mrs. Bogo, I want to welcome you most warmly to come and help for us.
Testing, testing, testing. Pen, are you there? Give me volume. Thank you. Let me have everybody's attention, and this will be determined by the way you see it. Sit upright, everybody. No slouching. Somebody behind there, somebody is still not well seated. I will take a very short time, and within that short time, I know I will have everybody's attention. Just tell yourself you are all alone, there's no one next to you. And this is when I say you must speak. Speak to yourself, don't speak to your neighbor. Good afternoon, boys and girls. That is too low. Good afternoon. Let me take this chance first and foremost to thank you, the students, the learners of Riara Primary School, for what you have done this morning and this afternoon. You are people who are taught, you are people who have listened, and we know that you're going to implement what you have been learning. Let me also thank the PTA through the Subcommittee of Environment. We want to say thank you very much for what you have done. Thank you for the early morning meetings, the late night meetings. It has been worth it. Thank you very much. KWS. I actually feel like I belong to KWS because I call it another home away from Riara. Whenever we go to KWS as Riara, we are welcome like VIPs, let me tell you. Thank you very much, Mr. Mugendi. Thank you, Esther, for taking your time and being a good friend to Riara and also a Riara parent. Lydia, that was amazing. Superb. And the things you have said, we are able to relate to them, the tone in which you said them, we appreciate you very much. Having said that, let me tell the boys and girls World Environment Day is a day that we need to celebrate every day. And somebody did say that on stage. Let's not make it an annual thing. When I say every day, I mean as you walk in this compound and you find a piece of paper, don't wait for cleaners to come and pick it up. Be that person who pick that paper and put it in the dustbin. Before we get there, Mr. Mashira and all the teachers who are around, we are saying, let's not have our Riara children litter the compound. Let's not have the Riara children litter their homes. Whether we are on a trip, whether we're in our home, let us be people who are conscious of our clean environment. Because if we only do it once a year, then I would say we are acting. Let's make care over the environment, conserving the environment, our lifestyle. I want to tell you, if you go to the industrial area, maybe you're driving along Mombasa Road, you will see a lot of smoke around there. Have you seen it? And that smoke is so harmful to us. And I know class 7 and 8 will know some of those pollutants of air that you find to be part of the smoke from the industries. Who would want to tell me? Give me a type of a pollutant that is found from industrial smoke. That's my dear. Carbon monoxide, perfect. We also have right there, Agwanda, carbon dioxide, when it is in excess, it becomes a pollutant. We also have another gas known as what? Methane. Wow, methane. Beautiful. And we have another one known as sulfur dioxide. Very good. The question to the class 7 and 8. Which are the gases that we call the greenhouse gases? Because those gases are notorious They are the ones that brought in the effect of the global warming. What are the greenhouse gases? You know the greenhouse gases? Let's swallow. Excess carbon dioxide. Hence, methane is another greenhouse gas. What do they do? What do they do to our environment? Ali? Now she can get a mic because what she's saying is very, very important. Because as we talk about the plastics, let's also talk about the air. Give her the mic, she's right there. The greenhouse gases, how do they pollute the environment? Yes, she's right there. Listen.
They create a layer on the ozone. They create like a form of the ozone layer which traps heat inside, which prevents it from escaping the atmosphere. Okay.
Very good. Very, very good attempt. They actually bring a blanket of air, okay? So this is methane, this excess carbon dioxide, they form a covering over the earth. And when the heat from the sun comes, it cannot go back. So the earth gets very, very hot, what we call the global warming. Now, where does methane come from other than the factories? On our farms, maybe the guy's farm that was here. Apart from the factories, where else does methane gas come from? Plus, this is your question. And 7. Yeah, behind there, right there. Okay, Mohammed. Cow dung. From cow dung. Do you know that? When animals remove their waste, so we are keeping animals, they produce cow dung. When the cow dung is decomposing, it produces methane. So to stop that, let me tell you, what every farmer must have, they should have a biogas digester. A biogas digester, you put all the cow dung, decomposes, gives you a gas for cooking, but then also reduces the amount of methane. Children, let me tell you, learning is not just in the classroom. Let us make learning of new things, learning about conservation of environment. Let's make it a lifetime. So once again, I want to say thank you very much for the over 300 children who came on stage to perform. We have acquired knowledge, you have taught us, and thank you very much, Esther. I love that R. I did not know about it, and I'm using that R of refusing. So once again, thank you. And on behalf of the Riara directors, who have also made this possible, we want to say thank you very much. The teachers, Mr. Sunday, Asante Sana, and each and every other person who has taken part in this great function. Mr. Bashira, Asante Sana for your coordination and all the work that you have done. The music team and each and every person will appreciate you. And before we leave this place, I want to tell the boys and girls, we are going to watch some things down there, but also there's something special for you for lunch today because we are all celebrating World Environment.
Make your happiness. You can't just clap once, clap twice, clap once, clap twice, clap thrice. Well done. Do you say thank you? Okay, thank you. Now, I'll give you directions, and I think you can manage our time very well. And today you have remained very resilient. We are happy. I think when you go back to the bigger PGA committee, we can get to understand how these things are impacting positively in the entire population. Our guys, all right. It's time to tell God thank you for everything that He has done to us so far. Uh, in form of a prayer. Just come and pray with us. Yes. Madam June Molly. May I request that we all rise on our feet as we pray. Thank you so much. You have been grateful You have been so wonderful after the you see.
Hapo vya kuweka logo, singeweka logo hapo. Ingeta.
Siweka nusu alama. Hii majini ni mpya. Labda tutatoa hapo sasa. Alfred. Alfred. Niambia haraka lete mshiriki. Imeanza kwanza.
So you want to stop one? Find out.
Yote nimeweka huko.
Nataka uangalie chupa hizi. Kaka mahali hapa. Tunataka tuonyeshe zote alafu tuende.
Peace. Yes. Wait.
Jay, please, excuse me, don't know why.
Thank you. Alafu ukuje, thank you. Thank you, give us.
Hey. Take 5 steps backward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sit. Listen. And listen. Hey, I listen it. They are saying this. They have used some chemicals in serving this thing that is very dangerous to all people. So do not touch. Yes. Yes, on the ground floor. Some chemicals have been put on it to touch. So don't touch. Period. Flower? Yes. The one is touching. Oh, okay. Yes.